In this next thing we're going to work on here, I don't know how you want to address this or bring this out, but often there is a tie-in of an analogy between a tree, like the Bible says,
Yeah.
and a man. Like a tree in the field is like a man, and we know that there's this whole idea of the tree of life, basically. So, I mean, obviously, it's got to be a metaphor, but yet it's got to be real. So, how are you going to tell people to take hold of something which they don't even know what it is? Just before he starts here, I mean, just thought maybe...
I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking about this song in such a different way. I'm not thinking about Ki Adam Etz Hasadeh, because man is the tree of the field, which is a whole other thing. But I'm just thinking about the next words in it, which is Deracheha Darchei Noam, like all of the ways of the Torah
are pleasant,
peaceful.
Right. Okay.
I wrote this song in the middle of the night, picking up my 1.5-year-old Bechor Shalom and trying to get him to stop crying.
Yeah.
He just came flying down. So, to me, it's all pleasant.
Oh, okay, cool. So when we do it, when he's ready, we'll...
Hodu lezecher kodsho vehodu lezecher kodsho hodu.
Welcome to When the Land Sings, together here with Yehudah Katz and myself, Gedaliah Gurfein. Yehudah, somehow I feel like we've been here, sitting here, doing this before. But I'm just curious, what is it that comes up to your mind?
That was when we were sitting at Mount Sinai.
Ah.
Is that possible?
No, I was standing.
All right, okay.
There you are. Tent number 27 on the left. Okay. What's it going to be today?
Today, I want to talk about the tree of life. I'd like to hear what you have to say about it. For me, I have this very personal connection to this whole verse in Psalms. So I'm kind of interested. What does it mean to you, the tree of life? What is that tree of life as we refer to it? And how am I supposed to relate to this song?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because when I think of a tree, I have two aspects that really come to my mind. There's the fruit. So there's like the things which we really work, and there's no greater pleasure than after all our work, we actually see the fruit that it bears. And then there's, like sometimes I just feel like I'm barking up a tree, that the tree bark doesn't really bark. And there's just parts which seem to be awkward or uncomfortable. I mean, hugging a tree, it's never like smooth. It's always crunchy, and so on.
Aha. Because I've heard you refer to the tree of life as the Torah.
Yes.
So you saying that sometimes you feel a really good hug from the Torah, and other times it's difficult for you?
Absolutely. Of course. In fact, the Baal Shem Tov says that everybody is a reincarnation. And the way that you know what you need to fix in this world are the things that are difficult. Some people are naturally nice and they give charity to poor people. They've already fixed that. Other people, it's like really hard to pull a nickel out to give it to a poor guy. It's really hard. That means specifically that's the battle. When it's uncomfortable in a certain way, that means that's the work. That's what you have to do. So it is uncomfortable until you've worked it through, and then it's...
But going back to one of our previous ideas, if it's all good, so in a way, so is the Torah. It's all good. It's all pleasant. Derachei Noam. All its ways are pleasant.
Right.
Sometimes, we don't really get the taste, but in the long run, we understand the goodness.
Right. But I think that's the optimism that pulls us forward, because knowing that the Torah's ways are always pleasant, then when we experience something unpleasant, we know it's in me, because the Torah would have made it pleasant. So the good news is if I know it's in me, then I know it's I who can fix it. If it's outside of my jurisdiction, what can I do?
Right. And then I know, if I can do a fixing, that means, okay, it's a new day, I can start all over again. Chadesh Yameinu.
Right.
Renew our days, Kekedem.
Right.
Like it was in the Garden of Eden.
Right.
Like it was before.
Right. Exactly. So when you talk then about a tree, how do you make the connection between all of Torah's ways are pleasant and the tree? Why is there that juxtaposition of those two verses?
There's a beautiful picture that I saw related to a story or our commentary of Rabbi Nachman of Breslov. You see this picture of a tree. It's clearly winter. It's on one of the roads going down to the Arava, going in Israel down towards Eilat. And if you drive down, you see all these trees of cedar wood that were used. Their wood was used to build the temple, to build the Beit HaMikdash. And you look at these trees and you see, well, they're naked because no leaves on them in the winter. And what catches your eye? Rabbi Nachman says, you see, one branch is traveling this way, one is going this way, one is going that way. So what's going on? What's going on with this tree? Why are they all going in different directions? And then he makes the following comment. He goes, how do you know if that branch is still alive? You're going by fast in your car or your carriage. How do you know if it's alive? You look at one thing. Is the tip pointing upwards? You don't have to see green. You just have to know if the tip is pointing upwards. So, take a tree now, and the basis of the tree needs what? Water. Mayim. What is mayim? Mayim equals Torah. It's my life sustenance. Derech HaChaim, it's my way of life. Etz Chaim hi, it's the tree of life. So I'm rooted. We're all rooted in the same thing. Then I take the roots and I say, you know what? This is the way I interpret it. You say, no, I interpret it this way. No, this way, you know. And we're arguing. When is that argument okay? If we're all going in the same direction. I'm only arguing because, like Joseph, that's the way I want to get to God. You're arguing because, like Reuben, his brother, that's the way he wants to get to God. But the bottom line, says Rabbi Nachman, is if we're all rooted in the same place and we're all going to the same place, the route that we take can be a little bit different.
Nice. Very nice. Maybe you want to take the route over and join the band and play the
I'm
song?
going right over to play that song with them.
Okay, cool.
All right.
עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה את תומכיה מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מיושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום השיבנו השם אליך אליך ונשובה חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כקדם, חדש ימינו כקדם. עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה, ותומכיה מיושר. אליך ונשובה. חדש, חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כי קדם. חדש ימינו כי קדם. חדש ימינו כי קדם. חדש ימינו כי קדם.
That was great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
That was
Thank
super
you.
great. And I'll just, the little piece I happen to see here now, Reb Meir Shapiro, I'm sure you've heard of, the famous creator of the Daf Yomi, of studying one page of Talmud every day.
Uh-huh.
In 7.5 years, you will have whizzed through the entire Talmud.
people are doing
once.
that?
Oh, by the hundreds of thousands. It's amazing.
Wow.
They take over Madison Square Garden to celebrate the completion of this event. It's a big, big deal. But tying it back to what we're speaking about, which I thought was really interesting, he was a man.
Wait a second.
Oh, okay.
They only do that in New York?
No, as well.
Oh, as well.
Yes. Right.
Because I think I heard they do it in stadiums here in Israel.
Yes.
Not
as
in
well.
basketball courts, in stadiums.
Yes, as well.
All right.
And in Moscow.
Really?
Yes, all over. Many
So-
places. South Africa. Yep. Little dabble do you. Little doffel do you.
All right.
So, all I wanted to share here, though, was on a similar note to the song that you sang. This Rabbi Meir Shapiro was also a tremendous light, and people who were the most non-religious in his time would gravitate and become students of his. But they would be people from the academic world or from the business world or just hard working men in the street. And they asked him, how is it that your personality has such a spectrum that you can bring in everybody? And he said, similar. He said, because I know that all of the Torah's ways are pleasant, and all of these people are all made by the same God. So there must be ways in which there's a pleasant way to bring that one and a pleasant way to bring this one and to bring them together. And he said, the analogy I use is if you ever saw, like sometimes a guy on the street, he's got a drum and a little tramp, and he's got a little ha-ha-ha, and he's got a this, and he's got 5 instruments. He said, that's me. I know that this one likes the drums, and this one likes the guitar, and this one likes the flute, and it brings it all together, and that's the music.
Amazing. You know who thought about it before Rabbi Meir Shapiro? It's in Psalms.
All right.
150.
Right.
150. You got all this instrumentation. With the lute to God, with the flute to God, with the drums to God. Why couldn't it just be one instrument? It would make more sense. Be more oneness. More echad, right? No. Dafka not. Dafka, to make a real orchestra, to bring real harmony into the world, everybody's going to bring in their song to sing together.
Well, you know, I'm just thinking if that's the case, maybe this song that you just sang, I don't think we even talked about what the title was, and certainly maybe you'll take a minute and translate the words into English for our viewing audience.
Etz Chaim hi lamachazikim ba. The tree of life is the tree of life for all those who embrace her, who hold on to her, or by holding on to her, make her strong. Chizuk. Deracheha darchei noam. Her ways are only pleasant. V'chol netivoteha shalom. And all her paths lead to peace.
Wow. Beautiful.
Then I thought, maybe I'll take my guitar now and teach just the last part.
Right.
That chorus part.
Right.
Where we say, Hashivenu Adonai Elecha V'nashuva. That's not from Psalms. That's brought in from the Megillah of Lamentations, of Eicha.
And would you like to translate what those words mean?
Hashivenu Adonai Elecha V'nashuva. I thought this was always very, to borrow a Yiddish phrase, chutzpahdik. We're saying to God, Hashivenu Hashem, God, please return to us. Elecha, you come back to us. V'nashuva, then we'll return to you. Of course, that's what I heard. V'hashivenu Hashem elecha, we will return to you, God. And v'nashuva, does that make sense? And then you return to us. So what comes first is what I'm asking you.
Right.
Who makes the first move here?
Yeah,
I can interpret it both ways.
Right. Go ahead.
The first move is made when we recognize Chadesh Yameinu Kikedem. At least I'm calling out to God. I don't know what I want, and I really don't know what my whole system believes, but I know one thing. I need a healing. I need a fixing. Please make my life new. So I thought if we could just learn to sing that part over and over again. I didn't often get this opportunity because everybody wants to hear the first part. But I love the ending. Chadesh Yameinu Ki Kedem. Could dream of the way it was, but I'd rather dream about the way it could be. Chadesh Yameinu Ki Kedem. So the first thing is Chadesh, thinking about the future. Yameinu, it's my present, but for the future. And I want it to be all connected to the original holy place of Garden of Eden. Chadesh Yameinu Ki Kedem. 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 Chadesh Yameinu Ki Kedem.